death was a release and the passing away of Bubblegum Chetty, my best friend, my emotional supporter. But unfortunately, we had no choice in it and we had to do what was best for him. Welcome to JC Transformation Strategies. Today's video is dedicated to all pet lovers and to all who has any pets that's suffering with ivdd, which is an intervertebral disc disease. It's basically where the disc of the back has literally burst. If I do get emotional at times, please do bear. It's not easy because Bubblegum has just passed away on the 9th of April, which is this week, Wednesday. So I'm just going to be doing a short video of who Bubblegum was as a memorial. And this video as well is dedicated to everyone who literally has pets, and just to advise you how to take care of them and make sure that they're good. But also this video is dedicated to Bubblegum, because I know right now he's in heaven watching the video with the angels around him, and I know that he's so happy that we're doing this special video for him. I just want to say this video is dedicated to you because we love you so much and we appreciate who you've been as a supporter to us. And even though things was hectic on our side, but you was there and you being our emotional supporter through everything. I really admire Bubblegum because even throughout my teen years, he was with me, and even as I grew up into a young, beautiful woman, and all my stages of life that I went to surgery and came out of surgery, you still was with me, and I appreciate you so much, my baby. Okay guys, so Bubblegum basically was born in 2012, and it was given to us from previous owners, and they gave it to us as well because Bubblegum just loved coming here and he just loved us so much. And then thankfully they gave us a beautiful opportunity to take care of Bubblegum. So what happened is that we took care of him. Bubblegum was involved in an accident in 2013. It was a very horrific accident. He was literally knocked over and then his nose started bleeding. He was passing on blood through the mouth. And I remember that it happened in April. And I was literally sleeping that time at 6:30. I think it was in college that time. Yeah, I just finished school in 2011. And then I immediately got up. I was even with my night dress, but I was like, even asking this girl, like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then she was a learner driver and stuff like that. So I was like, so much of anger. Yet I never spent so much of time with him, but I was really upset. And then eventually what happened is we all took the dog as well to the vets, and then he recovered very well. And there will be a video up where you guys will see that whole journey and how cute he is looking. And then eventually what happened, he was with us, and then in 2019 and stuff like that, he was still with us. But in 2020, his teeth was literally getting like into a disease called periodontitis. So he had a severe gum infection, and it was so bad that his breath actually was so bad, the smell. And then we had to take him to the vets, and then they told us that he's in periodontitis. This was in December 2021. And they said to us, if we don't take out his teeth, he will pass away in a week. And then, of course, you know how vets are. When they tell you these things, you get scared, emotional. So we undergo this first surgery, and he removed 27 teeth, like literally everything. Yeah, he was really spoiled rotten to the point that his teeth were actually in cavity and was so bad. Yeah. So then we removed that. He came home, his first surgery, he was doing well. Trust me, the phone call when we received that, when he just recovered, it was so much. Because first time, you know, when you go for surgery, when a loved one goes for surgery, how it is. And then eventually what happened is in 2022, then apparently he developed some tumor. It was very close to cancer. And then the vet suggested that we do another surgery. And I said to him, are you sure it's safe to do it? And they said yes. So we did the surgery. I think it was a tumor in his stomach. We did it. Then they castrated him. I still don't like the idea of him being castrated even till now. I always just don't like it because he wasn't a dog to go out or anything like that. And castration also means like they become more depressed. And ever since he did that operation, then he, because he's always an indoor dog, so he doesn't really go anywhere because we have it fully fenced. And then what happened, he started gaining weight, and then he just gained so much of weight that he was actually overweight. And yeah, we always treated him good. We always give him treats. We always spoil him. We make sure that He's always happy and healthy, and he loves his food. He loves chicken. And then eventually what happened is that in 2023, then he started developing a really bad cough. And we thought it was like a kennel cough or something like that. And then eventually we did take him to the vet, but they gave him a wrong injection, and they actually gave him a rabies injection instead of giving a kennel cough injection. And yeah, we did speak to them about it, but I don't know what happened on that part. And then Bubblegum came home, and then he had his cough for like maybe a year, and then he just gradually just got worse, and then he used to cough up like white films and stuff like that. And I always thought it was acid reflux, and the reason why I thought that, because after surgery I had a granuloma, and that was basically a lump in my throat, and then I had to take acid reflux meds to literally recover, because I was going through quite a rough patch. And then eventually what happened is his cough became so worse every day, and we don't know if maybe he had pneumonia or anything. And then what happened is from there onwards, then his weight just increased and his mobility was decreased. So he couldn't go outside and play like how we normally do. Normally I put my shoes on, he looks at me, and I say like, let's go outside, let's go and play, and let's go for exercise, because I make sure like we get him moving. But he'll just come for like maybe 1 second, and then he makes sure that I'm protected, and then he sees his surroundings, and then he's like back inside. He didn't want to socialize much. Even this last Christmas event that we had, he didn't socialize. He was more to himself. He was literally hiding pain, and Bubblegum is actually very good at hiding pain because he's such a strong fighter. And that's one thing that I always admire with him. So many operations he did, but he still fought. And he fought a good fight. He ran the race. He won the prize, which is heaven above. And yeah. So, guys, what happened is that they said to us that basically what happened on the 18th of March is a day when I wasn't at home, so I had to leave home and to sort out some other things. And then I only arrived home like maybe after a week back, and then I found out that Bubblegum actually he fell down outside. Okay, he was having problems with moving and getting up and stuff like that, and his right leg was out in alignment for maybe about 6 months, but we just thought it was weight. We never think it's going to be that disease of ivdd, which is an invertebral disc disease. So we never knew, and Bubblegum is pretty good at hiding things, but we noticed whenever we get near to him, he starts crying for like no reason. So we now actually know that this was a disease that was eating him up, and it was just degrading, and his spinal cord was just getting worse and worse. Then it came to a point when that on March 22nd, he just got paralyzed outside, and he cried. And then after that, he was just paralyzed, and we just didn't know what happened to him. So they took pictures, my mom and brother took pictures to show me that this is what happened to him. And I was just shocked. And when I saw his picture, I was like, I just burst out crying, because I didn't even expect to see him in the states of so bad. So I knew like, yeah, it's probably time to say goodbyes because of that enemy disease. So eventually what happened is he got into that point where he couldn't even get up. We took him to the vet. They did what they could. They charged quite a bit as well. Guys, you know how vets are. They also love us. So we paid everything. We used our savings. And then eventually what happened is he was taking a few steps, like 2 or 3 steps. He was doing well. She only said to me, the doctor there, that the dog is out of the woods, so that means he's okay. Then they said that he needs to be on diets. He was overweight, like 56% overweight. So we had to lose 7 kg at that stage. And then we did what they said. We did the recommendations. We gave him less food, but because he loves food and he needed energy, I don't know, it's just he got vegan. Then we used to give him small chicken just to put the tablets in, because Bubblegum will not take tablets without chicken. So we used to put that in. I used to do all the food stuff and administering the medications. Luckily, I was at home. And then, so we did all of that. And we gave the meds, but he was still crying, he was still whining. He was in so much pain. The kind of pain that nobody can describe. And we could actually see in his eyes the pain. Every time we used to carry him, take him to the toilet, take him to pee, to poop, everything, he was doing well. But after that, the pain was just unbearable. And then it came to a time where the pain just got so bad, and I kept on phoning the vet, can we get a pain meds? And then obviously every other vet will say, no, we need to evaluate him. But it's hard to take him because it's so hard to carry him and stuff. But yeah, we did do a follow-up with the vets, like after 10 days. And then eventually, after that day, he actually got lost. Not sure it was a car ride. That's what we always regret, or what it was. And then his legs just went more inward and stuff. But I will be uploading pictures and videos on that. So it went so inward that he couldn't do anything, and it was a shock to him. So I feel like this actually got him more depressed and anxiety, and sadly they never give anything for anxiety. But yeah, you know how vets are, guys. Vets probably are just for money. It's sad. So they did what they could, and they gave the diets and everything. Bubblegum was on a restrictive crate rest, and he really missed not seeing us, not coming to the rooms and everything, or not eating. So we used to hide our food and eat because we didn't want to tempt him. Then eventually he just ended up getting worse, and he was paralyzed on his back limbs, and then from the back it spread to his middle section. Then from the middle section, then it spread up and back to the neck. It took like 1 week for all of that. I did my phone calls. I spoke to several people on Facebook. Thank you all for interacting, giving advice and everything. But sadly, all the main people who really cared was actually in overseas, who specialize in this type of things. Some vets don't even know what it is, okay? I've noticed that. And then eventually we gave him all the medication what this vet actually told us to give, like prednisone, epileptic medication for anxiety fits, and we gave him omeprazole for his reflux to protect his stomach. And then we also gave him, well, after I spoke and begged for medication for pain, then they gave him Capral. But Capral is literally so mild, because I know with that it just has codeine just to knock the brain, but it's nothing that's dealing with nerve pain. So yeah, that's quite a sad shit on that side, that we never have a proper medication for pain. I was thinking like ribofloxacin or something like that, but yeah, that's South Africa, guys, and that's KZN for you. You know, they're not so well equipped compared to overseas and everything. There's more action, more education, more background knowledge. So that is why I did this video, to share with everybody that if dogs are in this position, do take them to like a good vet. Okay, like even to, I think there's a Westville Durban vet that actually deals with us. So yeah, it was a learning stage for us as well, and then it was quite emotional as well, because I just was about to upload my birthday pics. I didn't really enjoy my birthday this year. Okay, even last year I never enjoyed, but this year was just so broken that I never actually enjoy doing a birthday, because my best friend was so unwell. So it's very difficult, and yeah, I just didn't feel like eating. Probably lost maybe a kilo or 2 because of the stress. And then yeah, so he ended up so bad that he was panting a lot, he was screaming, and he came to a stage where 3 consecutive days or 4 consecutive days he never slept at all. He just was in pain, he's shouting. We used to come there, comfort him, do whatever we could. Then my mom actually took care of him, my brother took care. He was actually in diapers, okay? It was sad. He actually lost his urine senses, and he couldn't actually even poop. It was bad. So my mom and brother used to do that. I used to administer the tablets, I used to comfort him. My mom was actually so attached to him as well, because he was actually supportive for my mom, like especially when she just lost her brother in a traumatic experience. Also, okay, that was a very sad story to lose my mom's brother, and till now she just can't get over it. And even like certain people just moved on, but we couldn't move on because we knew that our uncle Nine was like the most special person to us as well. So yeah, we've lost quite a lot of people, and Bubblegum was actually the one that literally calmed our stress. So when this happened, it was quite difficult actually to get everything in place and to actually come back to his sense. So yeah, guys, he was so paralyzed that his back legs were so inward. We had to assist him all the time, and he was so depressed from that because he's such an active, happy doggy that he likes being independent. He just stay independent. You know, Jack Russells, how they are. They're very like strong type, and one thing I admire with him is that he's so strong. That's one trait I will definitely take from him, is strength and that strong willingness, never giving up, even when you're just only with his back legs, but he never gave up. He fought some good fights, but unfortunately it came to a time where I think he was actually in stage 5 and there was nothing they could do. I told the vets, and then she said, you have to do the most kindest thing, and that's to let go. It's not easy. We even pushed the dates for like maybe a week. And my dad also said that we have to let go because he was in so much pain. And we couldn't sleep. Like, how can you eat? How can you sleep to see your best friend in that way? So it was so bad that it came to a time where he pooped in the house and he peed. But luckily we had the nappies there. And then he went to a time where he staged that he just couldn't fight it. And we could see that. His mouth was actually bleeding as well, as you guys will see the videos. And yeah, it was just very sad to see him in that state. So the morning, I remember that night, just before we take him, I literally messaged the emergency inspector and I told her the situation. And then we had to, to make a booking, because nowadays you have to make a booking before you take the dog and stuff like that. So we made a booking, and then the next day, then they phoned me and they told me that you can come because they do a mass grave for all the dogs and they put the dogs in there. And then we told them that, you know what, this is a story, and they said okay. So at 12 o'clock, at first I didn't want to take him. Then at 9 o'clock I looked at him, and then I also looked at his eyes. His eyes was rolling back, and it was the first time I ever seen that experience. Then we decided, and I said, no, I think we should release him. So I said my goodbyes. I sat next to him, and Balgam was shocked when I sat next to him because, remember guys, I lost muscles during my process, okay? Remember what I've been through not eating. So it came to a time where I sat next to him with a pillow, and he was shocked, like, is this girl sitting next to me? Like, she didn't even sit next to me, with that pain, because I couldn't like go down to the floor. Right, so I had to build my strength up, and then sat next to him, said my goodbyes, took my photos, cried a lot, and then I think because of the emotional attachment, and then I told him it's time, and then as I held him, his breathing was like this, and then it just went shallow and it was like gone. And then I woke him up. I said, wake up, and then he woke up, and then he was back. So I think he was fading off. Unfortunately, the pain was so bad that he couldn't do much. And then after that, then we all said our goodbyes. We took our photos, and I wanted us to take photos of memories, and I also cut a piece of his hair to keep with me. It's a memory. And yeah, because that's the only thing that we have left of him. It's just photos and hair. And let me tell you something, guys. Whenever you lose a pet, it's the worst thing. I know we get so upset with what they do. They tear our shoes. The hair is everywhere. But once you go away, you realize that that's only memory that you have. So don't take things for granted because life is just so short. And so that's what happened. Then I didn't want to go during this process of putting him down, but I had to be there to support him. So I held him in the car, told him it's okay, you're going to heaven. I said there's free food there in heaven. I always tease him. I used to tell him there's no food in heaven, but this time I had to tell him no, there is food. And yeah, then he smiled for the last time. And then after that, after doing that, then we went there. Then I had to let go of him, go to the SPCA, sign the documents, reason for putting him down, told them about it. They said okay. They were also so busy, but yeah. I came outside, I saw the dog was shouting in pain. After that, the guy to carry the dog, okay, he was so scared. The dog, we said the dog will not bite you because the dog already removed 27 teeth, but yeah. So we took the dog, put him in the clinic. The lady asked me, are you sure you want to be here? Because you're so emotional, you're crying. And I was like, I'll be strong. But I was crying. I said, I'll be strong for Bubble. So I tapped him. His breathing was shallow like this. Okay, sorry, not shallow, it was deeper. Okay, so it was moving really like panting. He was mouth breathing for 4 to 5 days. No nose breathing, just mouth breathing. And then eventually, when they put the first injection, they couldn't find his veins. They put the injection and then his breathing just went so soft in peace. And I realized that when they do this, it's actually for the dog to be at peace. It's very sad because you also like, you feel guilty about it, like why you did it, but you had to do it for the sake of the dog. Especially when this was more traumatizing because we actually saw it near to death. So it was very traumatizing. And then after that, he was like that, and then he never go down. Then they had to put second time a dosage because they couldn't get him down. So they put the second time, and then his tongue was out. And then they lifted him up to the other side, and I just couldn't bear it. And I said to them, sorry, I have to go. And I touched the dog. I said, it's okay. Once I left the room, within like 2 minutes, that's the time when he passed away. He didn't want to give up. He was actually still fighting. He was fighting to be with us. But until I left the room and I said to him, it's time to go, then he let go. And it was the worst pain. So we all had to like get used to it. And trust me, the house is just so quiet without him. Especially without the presence of him and stuff like that. So we just have like so many memories of him, and my phone is literally flooded with videos and photos. But when I'm looking at it, I can see his age was catching up, his weight was too much. And I advise you guys, please take care of your weight, please take care of your health, and take care of your dog's weight as well. Because Bubblegum's weight was actually compressing his spine, that to the point that he actually got crushed. So yeah, it wasn't easy, guys. It was the hardest decision to do, but I feel like it was already his time. And we definitely wish that we had more time, but that's how life is, and life is just so unexpected, and we had to let go of him. So I really advise everyone out there. Oh yes, also one more thing. When he came to like the end stage, he wasn't eating or drinking. So he was drinking through a syringe at that time. So it was his time. But we do miss him, we do appreciate him, and this video is for him to say that we love him. And you'll always be in our hearts forever, no matter what. And we appreciate you for being an emotional supporter to us. And it was very hard to say our goodbyes, but we had to release you into heaven because it was the most kindest thing that we could do. And we know now that you're in heaven. I hope you're behaving there. And we know that you're going to keep everyone on their toes there, especially with your activeness. And thank you so much for coming in my dream. Okay? And just to tell me that you're okay. But you will be sadly missed, remembered, and appreciated. and we know that you're okay with God. And I know there is food there. So guys, this video was not easy for me to do. It was a very sad video, and I actually hold my tears together and hold myself, because Bubblegum has been my supporter, my best friend, my comforter. He's been everything to us as a family. He's been our little baby, and he always will be. So we're not considering at the moment to get any dogs. It's just that we're still healing and recovering. And we also would respect for everyone also to know that, you know, it's our time for grieving and stuff like that. So yeah, please do respect if we cannot be able to reply to people on messaging, phone calls. It's just that it's not easy for us at the moment, and losing a pet is one of the biggest things. So if you really lost a pet, you know that experience, and it takes time. And I just want to say, guys, to everybody out there, please take care of your animals. If you suspect that similar symptoms that Bubblegum had, a hunchback, he was breathing, panting a lot, he had difficulties in his chest, he had difficulties with his weight, you know, things like that. Don't leave it so long. And also he had osteoarthritis. Please take care of them, and make sure that you give them all the love and the care, especially at senior age, because I wish I had the opportunity to give them more love. But Bubblegum's journey has come to an end, and his journey was a beautiful gift to us. And I thank God for giving that gift to us. Even as we're moving closer to Easter, I realized that Bubblegum was basically the gift that was given to us, like how Jesus was given to us for the time. And then he did his work. He did what he could. He showed us love. He showed us compassion. And one thing is that I was reading something. I was listening to somebody who was actually explaining about how do you, get over this, or how do you move on. And they were saying that one thing with pets is that they offer so much of forgiveness compared to a human. And they offer so much of love and care. And I remember there was a daughter that was very close with a pet than with the mother. And the mother asked, why are you grieving so much for the pet that you lost? And then she said, one thing is that I grieve more for my pet because it's not like you, Mom, that you actually shout at us and tell us everything. He doesn't say anything. He does shout at us. But you shout, you tell us off. It depends on your moods. But with the pets, he loves you unconditional. And no matter what you do wrong, and no matter how much you shout at them, they still come back to you. A pet's love is unconditional. It can never be matched up to a human's love. And that's one thing I realized. So, a pet loves you just as you are. A pet will look at you and not judge you as a human being will. A pet understands you, respects you, and is not looking for whatever handouts that you have for him to love you. He loves you as you are. Okay? My wish was, if I could actually make a wish, and that would be for pets to live longer than humans, because humans, they love changes, but not a pet. Definitely not. And as I said to you guys, it's like how the Father gave Jesus as a gift to us, and the gift was taken away. And that's how it is with Bible. He was given to us. Our pets were given to us as a gift, and now it's taken away. It's just there for that journey. For 13 years, as he's been with us, is to show us love, care, support, and how to fight and be strong. And that's what Bible has taught to us. And I'm pretty sure whatever pets you had, that's gone. That's a journey that they taught to you. So respect that journey, appreciate, go back, think about all that happy moments, and always remember those happy, proud moments, those laughter moments, because they definitely bring joy to our hearts. And try to release them, because it's for the good and it's for their soul to rest in peace. So that's one of the hardest decisions we had to make, guys. It was not easy for me, especially as I'm just recovering, but I had to do what was best, and I'm glad that I was with him throughout the journey, throughout his life cycle. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please do share to all those who has lost their pets through ivdd, the horrible disease from the enemy, and also due to age as well, and so many other factors. Also, guys, when Bubble passed away at the end, apparently he also passed out number 2, which was blood. And yeah, his poop was blood, so I'm not too sure it was a shock. I'm not too sure it was something internal bleeding. But yeah, that's what happened in the end. But yeah, we will always love and listen, and we always remember the happy moments. And thank you guys for watching the video. And Bubble number 2 on the video will be uploaded. Do be blessed. Love you all. Bye.